everyone and welcome back to my channel. So the week before last I did a drugstore beauty haul. I went to Boots and I bought loads of new drugstore makeup products that I hadn't tried before, and you guys really liked it, so I thought this week I would do a high-end makeup haul. Some of these products I've gone out and bought myself, but most of these were actually sent to me. Just before you think I have endless money to go and splash on makeup. Obviously, as this is my full-time job, a lot of PR companies do send me samples. A lot of companies do send me samples hoping, I suppose, that I will review them or show them in my videos. I'm under no obligation to, but they send it, I suppose, just in case. And obviously I only post one video a week, so a lot of the stuff I get sent ends up not getting shown just because there's not enough videos to show them in. So I thought it would be nice to show you some of the things that I've got over the last couple of months to give you some ideas of what you might like to get. Obviously makeup can be so overwhelming, there's so much to choose from, so hopefully I can give you a few ideas. There is a lot of products here, so I'm going to try not to ramble. Let's get started. So I will start off with Too Faced, which is a brand that I just absolutely love. I've picked up a few things both times that I've been to New York from Sephora, but you can get it in Debenhams and you can order online. And the first is their new palette, which is the Chocolate Bonbon palette, and this is absolutely gorgeous. I used it in my Get Ready With Me last week, my Valentine's Day Get Ready With Me. If you haven't watched it already, I will link it below in the description box. So here's the palette. Obviously the packaging is just amazing. It's baby pink and oh, it's just beautiful, as is all Too Faced packaging. And you've just got all these really gorgeous, like a mix of neutral and more bolder colours. It's a really lovely mix. There's mattes in there, shimmers, satin, and the best thing about it is that all of the eyeshadow shades smell of chocolate. I am not lying to you, they all smell of chocolate and they smell amazing. Like, oh my god. There's a few browns, a few pinks, and it's just a really gorgeous palette. You can create some really versatile eye looks with this. There's so much you can do, and it smells of chocolate, it's pink, and it's just a winner. Then I've got the famous Better Than Sex mascara. Obviously, so many people go on about this and say how amazing it is. I'd never tried it until recently, but it seriously is ridiculous. It just blows my mind how a mascara can be amazing. Like, you think mascara is just mascara, it's just black stuff on a brush. But seriously, this is something else, and I'm not just saying it's like jump on the bandwagon, but I understand now why people go on about it. I'm wearing it now. I've only got one coat on, but they say you can use up to 3 coats and it just goes mental. I personally find 1 coat is like enough because it just really lifts them and makes you look like you're wearing fake eyelashes. It's just insane. If you're going for a natural look, I wouldn't really recommend to use this on the lower lashes because it's just a bit much. So what I've done, I've used it just on my top lashes to make them look like super long and thick, and then I've used a different one on my bottom lashes. I think I've used the Benefit tinted primer, which again is amazing. Then finally from Too Faced, I got another melted lipstick. I've already got one in the shade Sugar, but this is in the shade Nude, which I was excited to get because I really like the Sugar one. The formula is amazing, but I found the colour a bit too pale, so I was really excited to try another shade because I really like the formula. It's a liquid lipstick, so it goes on like a liquid, a bit like a lip gloss, but obviously more matte, and it dries into a lipstick and stays put for ages. This is the colour that I've got on my lips now, so it's quite a brown nude. It doesn't have a lot of pink in it, which is what I usually wear, but it is nice to have something different, and if I want to make it a bit more pink, I can obviously like layer it up with the Sugar shade. Where's the Tilbs? There it is. Then I have a few Charlotte Tilbury products. I adore Charlotte Tilbury makeup. I think she is amazing herself. I've actually met her and she is just fab, and her makeup is just unbelievably amazing. The packaging is just ridiculous. It's so stunning, and the makeup itself is amazing. She just has the best taste. All of her shades that she picks, everything is just like just wonderful. So firstly, I've got her Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blusher. I used this again in my video last week. So it's this gorgeous little compact. Open it up and you've got a big mirror and you've got the blush in the middle and the highlight round the edge. I've mainly been using the blush. I haven't really been using the highlighter, but to be honest, if you swish it all round as one, it just kind of creates a really pretty like shimmery blush. You can kind of do both. This is in the shade First Love and it's so pretty. It's just a really natural like pop of colour if you don't want anything too intense and you want really natural makeup. I'm wearing it now, but I haven't put too much on. I've literally just put a little touch on. It's not very pigmented, it's more buildable, but that's kind of what I prefer. I hate pigmented blushes because they're just really hard to use. You have to get the perfect amount on your brush, otherwise you have to start again. So this is perfect because it just really puts like a subtle like pop of colour, and you can build it up as much as you want to. Next I have one of her eyeshadow palettes, and this is the Uptown Girl palette, and most people go for the Dolce Vita palette, and I was thinking about it, but I was just looking at the shades and I just preferred this one. So here are the shades. I've just got like two really pretty like neutral goldy champagne-y colours, and then two deeper darker grey smoky shades. It's one of those really nice on the go palettes with a lovely big mirror, and this is definitely more of a nighttime party eyeshadow look. These are all very shimmery shades, very glamorous and beautiful. So I'm really excited to try that. I haven't had the chance yet. Then finally from Charlotte Tilbury, I have one of the Kissing lipsticks. Beautiful rose gold. It has CT embossed at the top. It's just like the lipstick of dreams. I want them all. I have this in the shade Nude Kate, and it's a very brown kind of flesh coloured nude. So I'm worried that I'm going to put it on and it's going to be kind of foundation lips. I am going to try it. I haven't tried it yet. It smells really nice. It smells like MAC cream sheen lipstick. So I really hope that I like this colour because I just love the lipsticks so much. They're amazing. So next I have one product from the brand Becca, which I've never actually tried before, but I got sent this, which is their backlight priming filter, and I have heard really good things about this, so I was so excited. It's a primer, it's an illuminating primer, and I've used it today. I've used it a few times actually. I used it in last week's video, so a lot of these products were used in last week's video. Go and watch it if you want to see them in action. This is stunning. Like, I am in love with this. It's honestly like you've melted pearls onto your face. It's so glowy and illuminating and brightening and beautiful. It honestly just gives your face the most amazing glow, and then you put your foundation over the top and it really shines through. Now I have a couple of Zoeva palettes. I think these count as high-end. First I have one of their new blush palettes, and this is the Coral Spectrum. I think they have Pink Spectrum and Nude Spectrum, and I have the Coral Spectrum. They come in these really gorgeous packaging. It's really thin and lightweight and sleek. You have 4 really beautiful coral blush shades, and I think these two have a bit of shimmer in, and these two are matte. Yeah, they're just really pretty, like summery corally shades. And the weather is getting a lot nicer. It's still freezing, but the weather's becoming a lot brighter and sunnier, so hopefully soon it will be the time to use these. I really love this shade. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a rose goldy shade, but with more of like a coral tint. It's really nice. And then the other palette I have from Zoeva is an eyeshadow palette. They have 3 new eyeshadow palettes: Warm Spectrum, Cool Spectrum, and again Nude Spectrum, I think. And I've got the Warm Spectrum, and this is supposed to be like a volcano erupting. So you've got all these really nice neutral shades, but then also some really kind of earthy tones. So you've got like the oranges, greens, deep purples, and a really deep dark black shade here as well. And I haven't actually used any eyeshadows from Zoeva before. I've only used their brushes, so I'm really excited to try them, but I have heard the eyeshadows are really good. This is the perfect on the go palette. It's so light. It honestly weighs nothing. Like, you would pick this up and not even know this was an eyeshadow palette. You'd think it was like a brochure. Next I have a few Makeup Forever products, and I haven't used a lot of Makeup Forever. I've only used their foundation, which is probably my favourite foundation at the moment. It's incredible. I've used it in quite a few videos if you want to go back and look. But anyway, I've got a few new products. I've got one of their sculpting blushes, which is this one, and I've got this in the shade... Oh, it doesn't say the shade. It just says 22. So I've got this in the shade 22. And this is another really lovely corally pinky shade. It seems to have quite a buildable consistency rather than just one that's going to instantly do it, which I do prefer. I then have this, which I am so excited about. And it's their new product, which is the Pro Sculpting Palette. And this is a product that is going to make makeup geeks everywhere just go crazy. And it's basically a cream face palette. So pink cream blush here. Yeah?
Freddy, we're making cookies. Would you like some?
Yeah.
Me and Moona made some cookies.
Say hello.
Hi.
Right guys, leave me alone now. I need to film. Bye bye.
It's gingerbread.
It's not gingerbread at all, it's shortbread.
Oh, it's shortbread.
So you've got a cream contour shade here and also a highlight, so that's more of like a concealing highlight for actually sculpting the face. Then you've got the cream actual like shimmer highlighter, which is really, really nice. And then you've got the cream blush here, which is a really neutral, again, slightly like corally pink blush. Then finally from Makeup Forever, I have another one of their new products, which is the Pro Sculpting Brow 3-in-1 brow sculpting pen, and from what I've read, this is really, really amazing. On one end you have basically like a little spoolie brush to brush them in place. This end opens up into two. Here you have basically like a kind of crayon, but it's shaped a bit like an angled brow brush, like my MAC 208 brush that I use with a gel pot to do my brows. So the crayon is basically shaped like the brush, so it's kind of exactly the same as using the brush with a gel. It's very fine, it's very light as well. It's perfect for creating a really natural looking brow, like making the hairs. Then if you twizzle it out from the middle, you have this little sponge which has a little highlighter powder just to pop on the brow bone, illuminating the whole brow, making it look really, really complete. So I'm really excited to use that because brows is one of those things that's just so annoying. It's so hard to get right, and I use like 3 different products on my brows, so if I can just get away with using one, I will be very, very happy. Next I have a whole bunch of products, and I'm not going to show you them all individually because this video is already probably too long, but I have done a full review on my blog, which is freddymylove.co.uk, and I'm putting them in the high-end haul because of the price. They're kind of the same price points as MAC, so they're not super, super expensive, but they're not quite high street prices either. And it's Rosie Huntington Whiteley's new makeup line for M&S. It's called Rosie For Autograph, and I've been so, so impressed by the quality of them. I've used them all and I rate them really, really highly up against all the other high-end makeup that I use. Like I said, I've done a full review, so go and check them out. I'll briefly show you the packaging though because it's so beautiful. It really reminds me of Charlotte Tilbury. Everything is in rose gold. This is the bronzer and it's a lovely matte bronzer. I've got the eyeshadow palette. She has 4 different palettes and they're very similar to Charlotte Tilbury with like the 4 shades to create different looks. Mine's called I Feel Like $1 Million, and I used this the other night when I went for a very nice romantic meal, and I did feel like $1 million. I loved it. Here it is. It's so beautiful. The shades are insane. There is also this cream highlighter, and you know my love affair with cream highlighters is just never ending. I love them. This is the Starstruck highlighter. I used this in my video last week as well. And then I have 4 lipsticks. I've done all swatches and so on. I've done all the swatches and so on my blog, but I will just quickly show you the packaging because you're going to love it. It's just another really gorgeous rose gold lipstick that's actually magnetic. Here's one of the shades. It's beautiful. Actually, this is probably the one that I used in my video last week as well. Oh my god, I need to stop saying that. Honestly, the lipsticks are incredible quality. They are just like MAC lipsticks and probably about the same price to be fair, but come on, the packaging is so much nicer. So yeah, I just wanted to sum that up quickly because I've already done a full review, a very in-depth review, but obviously I've got so many more subscribers on here than I do to my blog, so I just wanted to let you all know it's an amazing, gorgeous range. I've fallen in love with it, and if you do want to know more, obviously just head to my blog. That's all of my products that I've got over the last couple of months. Hope I've given you some inspiration if you didn't know what thing to save up for and get next or ask for your birthday. Yeah. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next Monday in my video. Bye!